Welcome to lecture 15 of Financial Econometrics. In this lecture, we are going to cover the topic of dummy variables. Moving towards the contents, we are going to define what dummy variable is. And just to give you an idea, a dummy variable is the variable that would have either a value of 0 or 1. It is a categorical variable. It would be a binary variable. Then we are going to understand how to interpret the beta coefficient of the dummy variable. What do we do or how do we interpret multiple dummy variables? And then what if we have a categorical and the continuous variable at the same time in our model? How would the interpretation look like? So starting with our simple idea, what dummy variable is, it is a categorical variable. So when we have a variable, say for example gender, we call it a categorical variable. If you remember the discussion on the scale of measurement, from the scale of measurement we had a ratio scale, we had ordinal scale, a nominal scale, interval scale. These were scales of measurements. There we discussed in detail. So previously in all those videos we were focusing on the ratio scale. It was a continuous variable on ratio scale. Its interpretation, we have learned a lot about it. But what if our variable is a categorical variable? Say for example the effect of cities on salary, on wages, the effect of gender or color of a person on their wages. So a dummy variable is the variable that would have a value of 0 or 1. So if we have a gender variable, we would so we have male and female, so we would code one value of that gender variable as 1 and the other as 0. For example, we can code male as 1 and female as 0. Or the other way around, it won't matter. So variables that assumes values such as 0 or 1 are called dummy variables. So in this example, let's say I have a series where I have the gender of a individual that I have included in my data. So in this case, let's say I'm assigning a value of 1 to male and value of 0 to female. So my dummy variable would look like this, and we call it a dummy of male. So normally dummy of male would mean that male is given the digit of 1. Okay, so let's say we want to study the effect of gender on income. We would have this model where our dependent variable is income, our constant term, our independent variable coefficient, and the independent variable would be a dummy variable. And after running the regression analysis on our sample, we get these estimates. This is our beta 1, our constant term, our regression coefficient, and this D denotes that this variable is a dummy variable, and this M denotes that we have given the value 1 to the male. It is not necessary that you write it in specific this way, it would depend, but normally we write it in this way so that it reminds us while we are interpreting the coefficients. Now, how do we interpret these coefficients? What would be the expected salary of male? So the expected salary of male would be constant term plus the beta coefficient. Now how do we interpret this 1500? This 1500 means that the salary of male, remember we have denoted, we have given the digit 1 to male, so we would interpret it in that terms. The salary of male is 1500 greater than the salary of female. This is how it would be interpreted. I repeat, the salary of male would be 1500 rupees greater than the salary of female. Why we are saying that 1500 rupees? Because our income variable is in rupees. If it was in percentages, then we would have and this value turned out to be 1.5, then we would say that the salary of male would be 1.5% higher as compared to female. But that isn't the case. We have our income variable in rupees, so our interpretation would be in terms of rupees, and we have discussed this in our previous lectures during the functional forms of regression. Okay, so now you would say that where is the salary? How much is the salary of female? So we are comparing it with the base category. Remember, we only have one dummy variable. There were two categories, male and female, but whenever we have two categories, we would only have one dummy variable. We will discuss this in a while, why we would have this one dummy variable instead of two dummy variables. So for every m number of categories, we would have m minus one number of dummy variables. So in this case, we have two categories, we would have one dummy variable. When we have three categories, we would have two dummy variables, right? Okay. So this interpretation would be with respect to the base category. The base category being in this case is the female. So again, we interpreted it with respect to the base category. The salary is 1500 rupees higher than the base category, which is the female. So how do we... So what is the expected value of, it is 1500 rupees higher, but what is the actual value? What is our expected value of the income of a male? So we expect that income of the male would be beta 1, which is 10,000, plus the beta 2, which is 1500. So we expect that the salary of a male would be 500, right? 11,500. This would be the expected value, expected salary of a male. What about the expected salary of a female? Remember, whenever we would have a omitted category, the category that is left out, the category that we haven't included, which in this case is female, that would be represented by the constant term. So in this case, the 10,000 means the salary of the female, which is the omitted category. So income of female would be beta 1. So in this case, we expect that the income of a female would be 10,000 rupees. So the intercept terms represent the value of the base category. In this case, our base category is the female. So let's have another example, and this example, let's say we want to study the effect of different cities on salary. We want to see whether the salary is different from one city to another city. And in this case, we are taking the case of public school teachers. We have only considered three cities. So we have the data of public school teachers from Karachi, Lahore and Islamabad. We want to see that whether their salary is different, whether the salary of a public school teacher teaching in Karachi is different from that of the Lahore or from that of the Islamabad. So this is what we want to achieve. So this would be our model. We would have the income as a dependent variable. We would have our constant term. Then we have two dummy variables, and remember, because we have three categories, in this case we have three categories, Karachi, Lahore and Islamabad. The city variable have three categories. So we would form two dummy variables. You can call it dummy 2, dummy 3 or dummy 1, dummy 2. It doesn't matter, it is just the name that we have given us. We have given it to the cities. Okay, to our dummy variables. Okay, now, so we have understood that we would have two dummy variables, but we need to define. In this case, y is the salary of employee. What is D2? D2, 1 if the employee is from Lahore and 0 otherwise. In previous example, you saw that whenever there was a male in our data set, we would replace it with 1. In this case, wherever there is an employee who is from Lahore, we would create a new series which we would call D2, and we would write 1 wherever this public school teacher, the representative that we have, the individual sample that we have included, in our sample would have a value of 1. If it is that person is from Karachi or Islamabad, it would get a value of 0, and that is what we call dummy variable. It would have either a value of 1 or 0. And dummy 3 is defined, it would have a value of 1 if the employee is from Islamabad. So again, we create a new variable dummy 3. Here this would have 1 and the rest would have 0. Now you would have guessed it that we only have 2 dummy variables, so this Karachi is left out, is omitted category. Then this is our base category, this is our reference category, and all our interpretations would be with respect to our base category, with respect to Karachi in this case. So we had our regression analysis, and this is what turned out. This is our beta coefficient. This is constant term. This is coefficient for dummy 2, and this is coefficient for dummy 3. Now, how do we interpret them? Remember, this was for Lahore. D2 had 1 when the subject was from Lahore, and D3 had 1 when the subject was from Islamabad. So how much is the expected salary of a person, of a public school teacher working in Lahore? So we want to calculate the expected salary if D2 is 1 and D3 is 0. So in this case, the expected salary of a public school teacher, this means that if D2 is 1, that means we gave a public school teacher 1 when he was from Lahore. So that would be equal to beta 1 plus beta 2. So a public school teacher who is from Lahore, we expect that his salary would be 48,014 plus 1524. Remember the plus sign. So what this 1524 tells us that a public school teacher from Lahore earns 1500 rupees, almost 1500 rupees higher than, due to this plus sign we are saying higher than the base category. And what is the base category in this case? It is Karachi. So a school teacher in Lahore earns 1500 rupees higher than a school teacher in Karachi on average. This dummy 3, which was for Islamabad, this minus sign, we have this minus sign, and this interpretation would be that a school teacher in Islamabad earns on average 1700 rupees lesser than, due to this negative sign, lesser than the base category. So everything is with respect to the base category. Okay, so what is the expected salary of a person working in Lahore? It isn't 1524. It is the differential coefficient, right? Differential coefficient means the difference from the base category. So it isn't giving the salary, it is giving us the difference from the base category. So if we wanted to estimate the salary of a school teacher in Lahore, then it would be beta 1, which is 48,014 plus 1525. So this is how we would have it. What about expected salary of a person where D3 is 1, that means is the school teacher, public school teacher from Islamabad. D3 would have a value of 1 when his teacher is from Islamabad, and D2 is 0, or rest of the other dummy variables are 0. When we have a dummy variable, only one category, only one dummy variable would have a value of 1, the rest would be 0. So in this case, we say that a school teacher in Islamabad would have 1700, will earn 1700 rupees lesser than the base category, than the person working in Karachi. So again the formula would be B1 plus B3, but in this case it would be 48,000 plus minus 17 to 1. So it would be lesser than 1721 rupees, lesser than the school teacher working in Karachi. So what about the person working in Karachi, the school teacher working? What is the expected salary of that category of a public school teacher who is working in Karachi? And we have discussed in previous example that if there is an omitted category, that omitted category effect would be in the constant term. So you have guessed it correctly, that what is the expected salary of a person where D2 is 0 and D3 is 0. That is another way of saying that where the person is not from Lahore and nor from Islamabad. So the last category that we are left with is Karachi. So his salary would be equal to beta 1. So we expect that the salary of a public school teacher in Karachi would be 48,000. These are standard errors, and these are the T statistics, these are the P values. We have discussed what they mean, but in this case it is greater than, or let's interpret the P value. The P value is less than 0.05. It is significant. It means that this value is not by chance. But in this case, the P value is greater than 0.05. So this value is insignificant. And what would insignificance mean in this case? That the null hypothesis is that the salary of a school teacher working in Karachi is equal to the salary of the school teacher working in Lahore. So their difference is 0. In this case, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. So we cannot conclude that the person working in Lahore would have a different salary from the one working in Karachi. But in this case, we again have a P value. So again this coefficient also is insignificant. So we cannot conclude that. Okay, moving on to dummy trap. What is dummy trap? Now we have said that whenever we would have m number of categories, we would have m minus 1 number of dummy variables. So in the gender example, we had 2 categories, but we had only 1 dummy variables. In the public school teacher, we had 3 categories, 3 cities, but we only formed 2 dummy variables. So it would be m minus 1, 3 minus 1, 2 minus 1 number of dummy variables. And why is that? So that if we include all the 3 dummy variables in this case, then we would, and also have the intercept them, then that would cause perfect multicollinearity or collinearity. And you have seen that perfect multicollinearity is the violation of OLS assumptions. In this case, whenever you have this perfect multicollinearity case, the statistical package you are using would not run the regression, or it would omit a variable. So in this case, if we include all the 3 categories, all the categories as dummy variables, and also include the intercept term, then we would have an issue which is called a dummy trap. So there are 2 ways of doing this. One way is that, let's take the example of gender. So we have this constant term plus the beta 1 dummy of m. So we include 1 dummy variable, and we also include the intercept term. The effect of male category is in this coefficient, whereas the effect of omitted category would be in the intercept term. The another way is to have two dummy variables. So we would have a dummy for male and we would have dummy for female, but we would not include the intercept term, right? So, but the interpretation in both these cases is different. We are normally interested in this case where it says it gives us the differential coefficients, the difference from moving on to from one category to another category. So we have discussed this: either exclude intercept term or create one less dummy variable. So in this case, what I did is we have already seen the results of this example where we include the intercept term but exclude the another dummy variable. And the second case where I said that what we can do is we can exclude the intercept term and include all the dummy variable for all the categories. This is the equation. So in last example we had 3 cities. So we have formed the 3 dummy variables. This one is for Lahore, this one is for Islamabad, and this one is for Karachi. And now we have excluded the intercept term. So the effect of the Karachi, the omitted variable, would now be represented by this variable. Okay, so we run the regression and we get that the public school teacher working in Karachi would have on average a salary of 48,000 rupees, which is exactly similar to the previous one. But in this case, you would note that these two values are different. They aren't different, but the interpretation is basically different. Previously, it would just give us the differential coefficient, that is the difference from the base category. But in this case, it have given us the exact value. So in this case, it is beta 1 plus beta 2. Remember in previous example, previous slides, we used to calculate this value, the expected value of a person working in Lahore, school teacher working in Lahore. We would add beta 1 plus the differential coefficient, which was around 1500. So you can go back and you can try it yourself. Add 48,014 and 1524, it would give us this value 49. So how do we interpret this? The interpretation would be that in previous cases we interpreted it, the interpretation of this for 1500 was that as compared to the base category, person working in Lahore would earn 1500 rupees higher than the one working in Karachi. But in this case, it isn't the differential coefficient. So the interpretation would be that a person working in Lahore would have an expected salary of 49,000. And similarly, a person working in Islamabad would have a expected salary of 46,000, and this was beta 1 plus beta 3. So from previous slide again, what you can do is 48,014 minus the 1700 value that we had in our previous slides. But you would notice that the coefficients of in this case are now significant. They are significant, but again the question is different. In previous example, our question was whether the difference is significant or not. In this question, we are simply saying that whether this mean value that we are getting is, this coefficient value that we are getting is significant or not. So normally we aren't interested in this value, we are normally interested in the differential coefficient. And the differential coefficient answers the question that whether or not the categorization makes a difference, and if so, by how much. So if a categorization makes a difference, so how much difference it would make. There are few other things that I would like to discuss. The category for which no dummy variable is assigned is called the base category, the benchmark, the control, comparison, reference, or the omitted category. We have already discussed this one. The intercept value, which is beta 1, or in some cases we write it as alpha or beta naught, represents the mean value of the benchmark category, the base category. So in previous example, the intercept represented the value of the omitted variable category, which was Karachi, or in the gender example, the omitted category was female. The choice of category based does not change the conclusion. So if you choose a different category, it won't change the conclusion. It though would change the values, but again the conclusion would be similar.